I have come across a video of one of the greatest men ever live, who is Malcom X. I want us to watch this particular video. I will be back.
African Americans, who are so-called Negro. One of the reasons that it is bad for us to continue to just refer to ourselves as so-called Negro, that's negative. When we say so-called Negro, that's pointing out what we aren't, but it isn't telling us what we are. We are African, and we happen to be in America. We're not American. We are people who formerly were Africans who were kidnapped and brought to America. Our forefathers weren't the Pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us. We were brought here against our will. We were not brought here to be made citizens. We were not brought here to enjoy the constitutional gifts that they speak so beautifully about today. And because we weren't brought here to be made citizens today, now that we've become awakened to some degree and we begin to ask for those things which they say are supposedly for Americans, they look upon us with hostility and unfriendliness. So our unwanted presence, the fact that we are unwanted, is becoming magnified in all of America's preachments today.
There is one thing I've realized from African Americans since I started reacting to some of their legends or some of their heroes. I've realized one thing. It seems those legends and those heroes were fighting to bring Africa together, Africa and Africans in diaspora together. They were not shy to associate themselves to Africans. But as it stands now, a majority of African Americans are shy to associate themselves to Africans. I've come across groups like FBA Foundation, FBA Foundation Black Americans. They said they don't have any lineage with Africans. They call themselves the indigenes of America. They think they were there before slavery. So some of them don't see themselves as Africans. But if I listen to people like Malcom X, if I listen to people like Martin Luther King, if I listen to people like Marcus Garvey, they were all preaching for Pan-Africanism. And the strange thing is, even the Pan-African ideology was started by Marcus Garvey, who was, I think he was a Caribbean, but based in America. We have W.E. Du Bois, who were all fighting to make sure they one day see the dream of Africa and African Americans coming together. But in all this, it seems the same strategy they use for dividing Africans into pieces and seeing ourselves as competitors is the same strategy that they have done or they have used to make sure our brothers in the diaspora stay far away from us. That is the strategy. Let me explain something to you. Do you know how you are always saying American system has been built to suppress African Americans or Black Africans? Some don't want us to call them African Americans, so let me use Black Africans. That segregation or that discrimination system they have built to suppress you, they have built to make sure you stay below the ladder of your community or your society, is the same strategy they have used to suppress Africans. It's the same strategy they have used to make sure we do not come together to achieve one goal. Because look at this. In Africa, we could have achieved a lot if we should have come together. And they know it. Ghana produced gold. South Africa produced gold. Congo produced gold. We have a couple of African countries that produce gold, but we all go to markets separately. Most of the times, you send your natural minerals there, and because they have other options, they propose that your own is not valuable. Your mineral resources is not valuable because they know if they don't buy from Ghana, they can get it from Congo. If they don't buy it from Congo, they can get it from South Africa. Ghana produce cocoa, Ivory Coast produce cocoa, but they don't go to the world markets as one country. We go separate ways. So sometimes Ghana takes its cocoa to the world market and they will be told that your cocoa were not fermented well. You did not fermented your cocoa well, and at the end of the day, they will make sure you sell it to them for cheap or you return it back to your country. So imagine one Africa, one math, one movement, one market. What do you think the world will crawl and beg Africans for their resources, and it will become more valuable and we can use it to develop the continent? But they make sure we have been separated. We see each other as competitors. African, a Ghanaian living in Ghana don't know anything about a Togolese. A Togolese don't know anything about Nigerian. When it comes to our entertainment industry, it was recently that Nigeria has decided to work hard to project their talent, which we now know an artist from Nigeria. But ask a Ghanaian if he knows artists from Tanzania. Ask a Ghanaian if he knows any artist from Kenya. Africans has been blocked among ourselves. We don't even find a way of linking the countries together. Traveling from Ghana to Mauritania is difficult than traveling from Ghana to the UK. It's difficult than traveling from Ghana to Italy. You are going to find it difficult to cross borders among Africans than to travel to America. So, the systems which they use to make sure you stay under the ladder is the same system that is being used against us. So, African Americans, we are all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat. When an African is traveling to America, or when an African is traveling to UK, he will be told that African Americans are very bad people, and when he goes there, he should not stay close to them. That is what majority has been told. So when they comes there, they find you people as people that they cannot associate themselves to. So most of the times, they will find it comfortable to move with a white man than to move with somebody with the same race or with the same color skin. This is also generating hatred among Africans, and this is also one thing we have to address. It's about time Africans realize that the same suppression, the same discrimination we are facing when we travel out there is the same thing your brothers in diaspora who call themselves the Black Americans are also facing. You can watch TV, you can watch news. How many times you are going to face a news about a black man being discriminated by police? That is things that we are all facing equally. So we are the same people, just that We have been brainwashed to think we are enemies. African Americans, Black Americans, British, African British, Caribbeans, Africans, Caribbeans, we are all one people. But if we decide to come together to achieve the same goal, the world will shake. Majority economy will collapse. So they don't want us to get to that level. So they are always dividing and conquering. They are always dividing and conquering. That is why we are still where we are. Please join me on Telegram by going to my description box. Click on the description button. Join my platform for us to discuss about the well-being of Africa. If today is your first time coming to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.